Yo, what's going on, y'all? It's Combo Breaker 99. I'm back with another post-fight analysis video. All right, y'all. Avila versus Julija Stoliarenko. Man, this was a good one, man. Rough, rugged fight. You got a hard puncher with a heart that goes for the gusto and a strong grappler who can dish it out and take it. But I knew that going into this fight, somebody was going to get stopped. You know, this is another one of those fights where you can smell blood and you can see a stoppage coming, because this is a fight with two fighters with a lot of talent, a lot of heart, a lot of guts, but a lot of chances will be taken in this type of fight because both of these fighters have that type of recklessness about them where they'll go for it. You know, they're just going to go for it, open chin and all, just to go for that shot. You know, Avila's got the power. She's committed to banging. Sometimes Stoliarenko, she'll get caught up and taking too many shots, and that's what wore her down in this fight. You know, it left her open to getting submitted. In the beginning, I thought that Stoliarenko would have had the success on the ground and Avila on the feet, but Avila, she won it all the way around just by breaking Stoliarenko down until she finally put that weight on her, and she was able to lock it in, get on the back, and just secure that rear naked choke, man, in the third round. But it was just a good methodical breakdown, and I'm going to compare it to a boxer here in a minute as I break this fight down. But real quick, from round one, right from the jump, Avila, she started firing off some nice heavy front kicks with bad intentions. She knocked Stoliarenko back with one of those front kicks because Avila, you know, she's very poised. She's always very poised. She's keeping her feet planted. She's looking for those big shots. Stoliarenko, she was using more lateral movement. She was giving her that respect, and she was just letting off strikes. She was just letting strikes go, and then she would move to her side, side to side. She would move left to right. And Avila, you know, when she felt like she had Stoliarenko pinned down, she would let those barrages go. Once she let that exchange go, she would let that barrage off, and Stoliarenko would get tagged up a bit. She would have to go on the back foot again. And Stoliarenko would try to trade, but I feel like Stoliarenko, she was getting caught the most. And, you know, she would have to go on the back foot and just kind of respect that game plan. Avila, she would just continue to walk Stoliarenko down. Again, she got Stoliarenko pinned down, and she let off another barrage. She fired off a good straight right hand, popped Stoliarenko, knocked her back, just let off a barrage of shots. A lot missed, but a lot of good shots cracked Stoliarenko as well. She hit her with multiple right hands and two front kicks to the face. And Stoliarenko, she ate all of that, and she was still standing. I thought she was about to get stopped because, like, you could see, like, her eyes just, like, get glazed over from these big shots. But I got to give Stoliarenko credit. You know, she's got that heart, and she's got that ability for quick recovery. Avila, you know, was just getting more confident now, just busting up Stoliarenko. The nose was bleeding. She was committed to that pressure, and she was just, you know, walking her down. Didn't mind taking a shot or two because she was coming full force with hers. Avila wasn't really, Avila, she really wasn't setting anything up with the jab, and she was just looking to step in and time Stoliarenko and just let the power shots go. So first round, she easily won. And the boxer I want to compare it to is kind of like Danny Garcia. Like, Julija Avila is very, she's a bit stationary. Like, she'll let off these hard winging shots as soon as she pins you down, but like her lower body doesn't move. You know, she's really turning from the hip, and she's putting everything behind these shots, which it could be a gift and a curse, you know, depending on who you're fighting. Like, for Stoliarenko, since she's on the back foot and she's showing her more respect, it's a little bit more so tailor-made for the style of Avila. So she kind of reminds me of Danny Garcia, more so stationary, kind of walk you down, and then she'll, like, let those home run left hands and right hands go and, you know, try to knock you out. The second round, Avila, she came out demanding that respect with her stance once again. You know, she's always positioned to fire them big shots, and the minute she saw an opening, she let off another combination, backing Stoliarenko up, busting her up again, drawing that blood once again. Stoliarenko, to me, she was just letting Avila lead too much, and her timing was frustrating. You know, Stoliarenko, she was finally able to shoot in and get a takedown, but Avila reversed it, was able to escape, get back up, get back to the feet. Stoliarenko finally started pressing that action to the fence, using her strength to lock up Avila, but Avila used her takedown defense pretty well, and Stoliarenko, she was just trying her best to press the action down to get that takedown, but she winds up getting to the ground. Avila, she starts hitting with some hard kicks to the legs and to the backside, and Stoliarenko could only get up and clinch to slow Avila's attack down, which was starting to wear Stoliarenko down more so. Like, she was slowing Avila down, but since she took so many big shots, trying to grapple while she's bleeding and breathing from the mouth, you start gassing out more in this round. Last round, Avila, she came out this round firing, landing a good Superman punch, clinched up quickly, and Stoliarenko, she got the underhooks, pressed Avila to the fence, trying to wear Avila down, but this position, in my opinion, was, again, wearing Stoliarenko down, because now Avila, off the fence, she gets the trip and the takedown, puts her weight on Stoliarenko, fires off that ground and pound in the half guard. Avila, she's getting the work in, but Stoliarenko rolls Avila over into a headlock, which was a mistake because Avila, she gets the back and she winds up on top, and she's able to pull Stoliarenko back down, lands a few shots to kind of soften her up. She slides that arm up under the neck of Stoliarenko, locks in that choke, and Stoliarenko, she taps quick. Because, I mean, as soon as that arm slips under, because At this point, they're sweaty and bloody, so her arm slips right up under the neck and it locks in secure, and she just starts tightening up. And Stoliarenko, she has the choke. So yeah, man, good rear naked choke submission win for Julija Avila. Like I said, going back to what I said earlier, Avila Stoliarenko, this is a fireworks type fight. Very good fireworks type of fight. I feel like Avila, she definitely showed a good level of timing in this fight, demanding respect with her stance or with her stand up. I just feel like in the future, I like to see her pop off the jab a little bit more and, you know, use her feet. You know, use her feet a little bit more. Don't stand right in front of your opponent, because not every opponent is going to submit to your barrages like that. Because even in the past when she fought Sijara Eubank was willing to bang back. And as she banged back, she would switch levels and take Avila down. So, you know, taking on that type of approach against certain type of fighters that are a bit more tailor-made, have zero defense, and lead with their face, yeah, you can kind of bang with them like that because they're going to eat these type of shots. But, you know, in the future, I like to see her pop that jab off a little bit more and kind of take a step back and use more lateral movement. Those little subtle steps to, you know, your left and your right, and don't stand in front, because Stoliarenko did land a few good shots. She tagged Avila a few times, but there wasn't much steam behind him. But imagine if you fight one of these other bantamweights like Macy Chiasson, Irene Aldana, who's an accurate puncher. You know, she has a very good left hook. That's a fighter you don't want to just like fire off and stand, you know, just fire off standing in one position. You got to move your feet around a little bit, you know, and make sure the positioning is right as far as your opponent goes. But yeah, from here, man, Avila, you know, I'm a fan of her style. I'm a fan of her as a fighter. You know, she's growing. You know, she brings the fight. She loves to fight. You know, I like to see her move up the ladder a little bit more. Maybe somebody like Ketlin Vieira at this point, that might be a good opponent to test out her skill set. You know, you might say that's a little bit high up, but I think Ketlin Vieira would be a good opponent. You know, good, strong grappler. See if she could go in there and kind of neutralize the grappling of Ketlin Vieira. As for Stoliarenko, man, you know, I think that she came in looking good as far as the weight. She didn't look weak or depleted, but, you know, I think 145 might suit her best. And also, you know, drills with, you know, boxing and sparring. You know, she's got to tighten up on her defense a little bit more. You know, she can't just keep leading off her heart and trying to go in there and bang with these type of fighters, because, you know, this takes years off of your career. You know, if you want to continue to fight, you say you love to fight, there's times you got to fight smart. You know, you just can't lead with your face all the time taking big shots. So defense, I think, is going to be a big part of Stoliarenko, you know, going back to the drawing board and moving forward in the future. But yeah, guys, let me know in the comment section what y'all think from here. Who do you want to see Avila fight next? Do you want to see Stoliarenko continue to fight at 135, or should she move back up to 145? Combo Breaker 99. I'm out. Subscribe. Peace.